Well, here at the Silver Cell, I come down this morning and we've got some goodies on the bottom. That's definitely not typically what we would see. Let me, before I disturb this, let me get a close-up for you. See if I can pick it up. See these like long, stringy black things in there. Definitely interesting. So, what I want to do here is I'm going to scrape off the good stuff on the side there. So like all this stuff. We're going to have to remelt this and rerun this stuff. Because I guess we'll see how it cleans up first. Because I don't know what it is. I'm going to rerun it anyways. Because I want some pure stuff in there. Alright. Well, let's get to that. Well, we get to test the lab maintenance on this bad boy, I'll tell you that. So let's see here. I have an idea. And so the question is, how is it getting through there, right? So I've got Decron filters, and I've got two of them. I've double layered it. So I feel like it's a reaction with the electricity within the solution itself. We will take a look just to verify that there isn't any holes in the filter. But it doesn't look like slimes to me. It looks like really small, real thin, like crystal structures almost. Oh, let's see here. Don't need the top. And let's see, what are we gonna do? Hold on, I gotta figure something out for a base we're gonna put this on. Alright, let's give this a go. So I've got a ceramic tile with just a piece of paper towel to absorb any of the goods. And here's my basket. And here's my idea to solve the problem if it continues. If anything, it'll be a good catch for it, and it'll give us an opportunity to test to see exactly what it is, if I can't gather it, you know, from the crystals itself. So, let's see. And this is how easy this maintenance is. Look at it. It comes up and out. You see how they don't even move off of there? Alright, so yeah, we definitely have some good crystals. The stuff that falls off the top, I'd like those. And then everything kind of over here, I like those too. But those patch right there, not a fan of. Alright, set that down. I'm going to move my cell back over to its spot quick. And I'm going to grab a piece of paper towel just to put to cover over the top where the hole is, just so nothing gets in there while we're working away. Alright, let's back at it here. So, actually, let me take my gloves off quick. We'll go into hand mode, and we'll get a real close-up of what those look like. Maybe some of you have had a similar experience. You see how, like, stringy they are? I don't think it's slimes. And if it was slimes, that'd be a heck of a lot of them. Alright. Grab my gloves again quick. And I guess what I'm going to try and do spray these off. Yeah, it's just embedding down into the base there. So there's really nothing that I'm going to be able to do to test those crystals with this go around. So what we'll do is we'll just go ahead and scrape the good stuff off, and then scrape the rest of this off to melt it back up. And then my idea for the future is I'm going to put this in first, and I've got the holes on the side so that if anything comes out the bottom of this, so this is going to sit like that, so anything that comes out of the bottom of the first one is going to get caught in the second one, and then the holes for the electrolyte are on the side, so nothing's going to come out the bottom. That's my plan anyway. Guess we'll have to put it in action to see how well it works. So let's get to scraping the goods off, and then yeah, we'll go from there. All right, I think I'm set up here. Just cleaned a little beaker. Not that we have a ton of crystals there to collect. I want to use something I like these ones. Those are good. You know what? I don't trust any of this stuff. It's all going in. We'll melt it all up. We'll melt it all up, run it again. Well, it's kind of a bummer, but we'll just consider it growing pains right now. But look at how easy it scrapes right off of there. This is just a flimsy old plastic spoon. Comes right off of there. That's that hard work of the polish, I bet. I'm gonna go ahead and put this back in there. Alright, now let me clean up the lab here a little bit, and then what a shame. What a shame. I'm really intrigued to see what that stuff is. So I was looking up some stuff, and silver sulfide is black in color like that, which I guess it wouldn't be the end of the world if I had some of that in here, because I mean it's still silver. Well, kind of bummed about that. Yeah, I was hoping to be able to get some silver out for the members here, but maybe we can get enough so I can scrape some off to get it out on time. So what is it today? Today's the 10th. We got about 5 more days. We should be able to run and get some crystals if everything goes smooth, right? I mean, we can't have any more of that black stuff. So let's check the filters. I want to check the basket just to make sure we don't have any holes in it. So let's see here. We got anode bar there. Yeah, we were running quite a bit. So hold on, let's Let me get you in hand mode quick. Alright, and let's see if I can get a flash in here. So I don't see any holes. One second, let me get if I get that big chunk up. Yeah, I don't see any holes down there. Let's see here. Alright, there's the underside. So I'd have to say it's definitely electronically or electrically happening, because there's no hole in the bottom. And those are pretty big, like, crystal parts coming through. Interesting. Interesting. So, hold on here. Alright. So I've got my my filter basket cleaned out. No holes. It's definitely coming through the bottom, because there's no way that you're getting chunks that big. Hold on, see if I can do that again. Through 2 layers, and this is the same stuff as hold on. This is the same stuff I've been using for my other cells, and I've never had this problem before. So I don't think it's the basket, and I only was doing one filter the last couple of times. So these ones got 2, and we still are getting this stuff through. And as you can see, those are pretty decent. It's got to be crystals happening electrically. It has to be. But we're going to go ahead and dissolve those and see what color the solution changes, if they dissolve at all. And then we're going to test it with some hydrochloric and see if it's silver. Alright, well, let's give this a go here. I know it's not a lot, so we're not going to have too much to play with, but I'm hoping that we get something. So, like I said, my first guess is silver sulfide. Let's see if we get any reaction with nitric. So, silver sulfide is, you can dissolve it with nitric. Alright, let's put that on the heat. And we'll come back in a little bit and see if we see any reaction. If not, we may try Aqua Regia. Oh, I can see reaction already. Okay. Well, I might be onto something. Alright, here's a quick clip of it reacting. What's going on, everybody? So, I was doing a little more research. Man, that's poking right in the eyeball. Better? Better. Okay. Doing a little more research. And I don't think it's as bad of an emergency as I was expecting. So, I'm just going to do a little recording here. I'm going to see if I can pull it up on the interwebs and kind of take you along for what I'm seeing and exactly what's happening in the cell. So it's nothing crazy. So it's actually just the electrolysis of silver nitrate, and that's where the crystals come from. So let me see if I can find that for you. I got to remember how to do screen recordings. Screen recording Mac. let's see here. Like. Whoa, whole bunch of stuff. So this is exactly what we're looking at here. Right here. Electrolysis of silver nitrate generates shiny black crystals of silver 3 oxide. Clathrate. Clathrate. Not sure what that is. See if we can figure that out. Except we're in images here. There we go. All right. Clathrate is defined as substance forming a specific crystal structure with holes of appropriate size inside three-dimensional structure formed by bonding of atoms or molecules, in which other atoms or molecules exist at a fixed composition ratio. Okay, that seems a little above my pay grade. Yeah, I'd have to do a little bit more reading on that for sure. All right, and then let's see. Let's go back to this here. So, yeah, that's what's happening. Let me go back here to the stop screen recording quick. Bam. If it gets too big, it's hard to transfer over. Turns things into a kind of a mess. So I'm going to stop here and then we'll restart. Okay. Because then I can do a media file so that I'm not like, ugh. We can have more of the screen recording on there. Yeah. So it's definitely not as big of a deal as I was thinking it was going to be. And so electrolysis happens when you apply too much voltage and you're basically splitting the molecules apart, right? So what I'm thinking that happened was the constant current. So I had my power supply set to constant current. And that's to control the amps, right? To keep the amps at a steady rate, which means the volts can fluctuate depending on the amps. So it's going to try to maintain, I had it set at like what, 0.47, so like half an amp. And it's going to try to maintain that. And let's say there's a couple different variables that happen in this cell, right? One being off of the stem, the growth and the structure that would kind of come off of that rod. The bigger that gets, the more amps, so it's going to fluctuate, right? So you're basically causing less resistance, and that would drop the volts down. And then as soon as that would break off from weight, well, now your resistance has changed drastically. So then the volts have to skyrocket basically to maintain that amperage. Another way that it could be doing that is just that the filter bag, the anode basket is getting too full, and it's trying to maintain that amp, and then all of a sudden my volts creep up. So I'm going to switch it to constant volts, and that'll tell me, if my current drops, well, we know the basket's empty, or, needs to be changed or flushed out, or whatever you want to, however you want to call it. So not as big of an emergency as I thought. So now I do have to do some research to see, because I've got it dissolving and it's turning a weird color. So I think I'm going to do a little bit more reading on it just to verify that, if I go to melt this, I might melt a little bit just to see what happens, but it's a silver oxide. So I imagine it would be fine, and I don't think there would be a problem with melting that into the the silver. But yeah, like I said, I'll do some more reading, and we'll go from there. All right, so this is after the fact, right? This is kind of a test to see if. So I've already made the video, and this was still cooking. So what we're going to do is we're going to put a little hydrochloric acid in there, and we're going to see if we get silver chloride coming out of here. That'll basically tell me we have exactly what I think we have, which is good, because that means that we have Ag2O3, which means it's just oxygen and silver, and we would be completely okay to melt that silver that we took out, because the oxygen will go away and we'll be left with pure silver. So we're on track. It just doesn't look pretty. All right, let me grab some hydrochloric. And let's see if we got cottage cheese. That we do. Perfect. That's exactly what it is. We're good to go. Now I just have to clean that up. And, yeah, we'll run with it. Beautiful thing. Beautiful thing. Well, I hope you guys have a great Saturday. Sorry for the emergency video, but I was really bummed when I saw that. And, yeah, definitely not silver sulfide. Silver sulfide is used in, like, photographs and stuff like that, and I believe there's sulfur involved in that chemical reaction, and I'm definitely not, there's no way I'd have sulfur in it with any of the, nothing, there's just no way, I don't mess with sulfur, so there's no way that would have been involved in the cell, and it's definitely an electrical, problem, because we're getting gigantic crystals through 2 layers of filters. So this is it right here. So I just want to post that out there. If anybody else has this issue, that's what you're running into, as long as they're black crystal things, and that's what's happening. So I'll try and run that on constant power. Wow, holy smokes, there's the smoke again. I'll run that on constant power, and we'll test it, see if we get those cells, or see if we get those crystals, and go from there. Say bye, everybody. Bye. Have a good weekend.